There comes a moment when the body begins to question the ground it has stood on for decades. It happens quietly. It arrives without crisis, without thunder. It enters as a quiet unease that slips in during the most ordinary moments, when you are standing at the kitchen sink watching the water run, when you wake before the sun, when your feet touch the cold floor and something inside you hesitates. It feels as if the earth itself has shifted a fraction of an inch. It feels as if safety, the kind you once relied on, has changed its shape. If you have felt this wobble, you are experiencing something real. You are moving through grounding as it was intended to evolve. Welcome to Belmere Studio. This is your quiet, reverent companion through the sacred threshold of menopause. Here, we honor your transformation as an initiation of the root. It is a sanctuary where we re-establish your foundation, translating the tremors of change into a new, unshakable safety that lives deep within your own bones. At midlife, the Root Chakra, the energy center at the base of the spine where safety, belonging, and survival live, begins to rewrite its language. The anchors that held you in your 30s dissolve to make room for something stronger. The structures that once felt solid become permeable. The instinct is to assume something has gone wrong, that you are losing your footing. In truth, what is happening carries deep deliberation. Many women moving through menopause sense a restlessness that remains unmoved by sleep. You feel a nervousness that exists outside of anxiety, a vibrating hum in the legs or the belly. You notice a heightened sensitivity to environments, schedules, or people that once felt manageable. You feel a new, sharp preference for silence. You crave fewer plans, fewer explanations, fewer reasons to justify your need for space. Sometimes your own body feels unfamiliar, energy rising and falling with a tidal logic of its own. From the outside, this looks like instability. From the perspective of your deepest foundation, it is the awakening of discernment. For much of your life, safety was likely built through adaptation. You found safety by staying useful. You found safety by holding things together. You found safety by pushing past discomfort and calling it strength. Your body learned that survival required effort, endurance, productivity, and staying connected at all costs. It learned to anchor by gripping the earth with white knuckles. Menopause loosens that grip. Your body now refuses false forms of safety. This refusal comes from strength. The root chakra is recalibrating around truth. It is moving from a safety based on self-abandonment to a safety based on self-possession. This is why grounding feels different now. This is why the old methods, staying busy, forcing calm, overriding your limits, fail to soothe your system. Your internal anchor has matured. It demands a safety that is embodied rather than borrowed. It demands a safety that allows you to remain present, rather than one that requires you to perform. At a soul level, menopause offers a reorientation of the root. The ground beneath you feels unfamiliar because you are stepping onto new internal terrain. The identities that once held you are thinning, revealing the woman underneath. The body, wise and exacting, asks a new question. What is solid enough to hold who I am now? This question disrupts old coping strategies. You sense that you are physically unable to tolerate places where you do not feel respected. Conversations that once felt harmless now drain your reserves. Commitments that rely on obligation feel heavy in your bones. This is your system refusing to anchor in environments that compromise your nervous system. It is a biological boundary. Confusion often arrives here. We mistake this phase for fragility. Yet confusion differs from disintegration. Confusion is simply the space between the old ground and the new one emerging. It is the necessary void where the new foundation pours itself. The root chakra governs, belonging beyond survival. Menopause asks you to reconsider where, and with whom, you truly belong. The body pulls energy back from external scaffolding and returns it to its core. This feels like withdrawal, like shrinking, like your world getting smaller. In reality, it is refinement. You have a precise tolerance for what feeds you. You conserve energy for what fits. You stay rooted only in places that allow you to soften your armor. Inside this contraction, you find relief. It is subtle, real relief. It is the relief that comes when you stop forcing yourself to feel safe in rooms that were never built for you. It is the relief of a system that finally puts down the weight of bracing against the world. As you reconfigure, safety transforms. It stops being something you chase. It becomes something you recognize. It arrives through presence. It arrives through consent. You sense moments, fleeting at first, when your body settles without effort, when standing still feels easier than moving, when your breath drops lower, unprompted. These moments carry intention. They are signals that you are learning a new way to anchor, by trusting the earth to hold you, instead of trying to hold up the earth. This is the initiation. You are moving from survival-based grounding to sovereignty-based grounding. You are moving from, I must hold myself together, to I am allowed to be held. As this new way of grounding takes shape, something subtle yet profound solidifies inside you. You start to sense that your body has retired from the business of negotiation. It simply withdraws energy when something is misaligned. It decides clearly. Fatigue appears as a command. Irritation flickers as a signpost. A heaviness settles in the hips as a request for stillness. Your foundation speaks through sensation now, through felt experience. This is intelligence. At this stage of life, the root chakra becomes exquisitely selective. It has finished wondering whether you can endure something. It cares only whether you should. This distinction changes everything. You find that situations you once powered through now feel impossible to override. Your body remains firm. This response comes from deep self-respect. It can feel surprising if you are used to identifying as capable, resilient, dependable. But what is being dismantled is your overextension. Your body is reclaiming its original role to protect your life force. Menopause brings this lesson home to the bone. Energy is precious. Sensitivity is a tool for navigation. Recovery requires honesty. The system reorganizes around conservation. Stillness feels necessary. Your nervous system prioritizes predictability, rhythm, and fewer variables. Your tolerance for chaos vanishes, replaced by a hunger for peace. You are becoming rooted rather than rigid. There is a difference. Rooting at this stage means letting the ground support you with ease. It means letting safety rise up to meet you. Your sense of belonging evolves. Your foundation governs tribe, home, and connection. Menopause initiates a quiet editing of relationships. You choose subtle withdrawals. You choose engagement where there is reciprocity. You choose spaces where your body can relax its vigilance. Grief may accompany this. Even right changes can ache. You allow that grief to move. You honor what once helped you survive, and you bless it as you release it. At the same time, a quieter relief emerges. The relief of fewer expectations. The relief of being at home in your own skin. The relief of no longer holding yourself in positions that strain your soul. This is the hidden gift of the transition. Safety becomes internalized. You begin to ask, do I feel settled here? And your body answers immediately. There is no debate. The answer lives deep in the legs, the pelvis, the breath. As this trust builds, grounding becomes a state of allowing. You trust the earth. You trust gravity. You sense moments when your body invites you into a different kind of contact. You stand barefoot on the grass. You sit on the floor instead of the chair. You lean your back against a wall and feel the solidity of the structure. These gestures are instinctive. Your system remembers how to regulate through contact. This new grounding creates a different kind of confidence. It is the confidence of self-trust. You believe your body when it says enough. You act sooner on what feels off. You stop waiting for external proof that your needs are valid. You are the proof. This is right relationship with life. As this relationship stabilizes, fear loosens its hold. Your system trusts its ability to respond. Safety becomes the knowledge that you can meet yourself inside any experience. This is the deeper rewriting. The root chakra organizes around integrity. Let that be the standard. Roots grow in darkness. Stability forms beneath the surface before it becomes perceptible. Your body knows the sequence. It knows how to build a foundation that will last for the rest of your life. We will now practice this new form of grounding. We will move from the concept of safety to the physical sensation of it. This practice is a descent. It is a return to the floor. Find a place to stand or sit where your feet can be flat against the ground. If you can, take off your shoes. Let the skin of your soles touch the texture of the floor or the earth. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, or sit with your sit bones evenly distributed on the chair. Close your eyes. Begin by simply noticing the contact. Feel the heels. Feel the balls of the feet. Feel the toes spreading. Often we stand on the ground, hovering slightly above it with our tension. Today, we will stand with the ground. Take a slow inhale, and as you exhale, imagine the weight of your body dropping down. Drop the shoulders, drop the ribs, drop the hips, drop the weight of the thigh bones. Let gravity have you. Gravity is the Earth's way of holding you. It is a constant embrace. Say to yourself, I surrender my weight. Now, imagine that from the soles of your feet and from the base of your spine, thick, heavy roots are beginning to extend. These are not thin, fragile strings. These are ancient woody roots wide as tree trunks. See them traveling down through the floorboards, down through the foundation of the building, down into the soil beneath. They move easily through the dark earth. They move past the rocks, past the water tables, deeper and deeper. They are looking for the core of the planet. Feel the connection lengthen. You are becoming vast. You are extending your reach. Now, imagine these roots wrapping around a great, immovable stone deep within the earth. They hold on. They anchor. Feel the security of that hold. You are tethered. You cannot be blown away. You are locked in. Now, we will reverse the flow. The earth has energy to give you. It is dense, slow, and infinite. On your next inhale, imagine drawing that deep, red, earthy energy up through your roots. Pull it up through the soil. Pull it up through the soles of your feet. Pull it up into your ankles, your calves, your knees. Feel your legs becoming heavy and solid, like the trunks of great trees. Pull the energy up into your thighs, into your hips, into the bowl of your pelvis. Feel the root chakra at the base of the spine beginning to glow with a deep, ruby light. It is spinning slowly, steadily. It is full. It is substantial. Inhale, I am solid. Exhale, I am here. Inhale, I am supported. Exhale, I am home. Let this feeling of heaviness settle you. This is not a heaviness that burdens. It is a heaviness that steadies. It is the feeling of being a mountain. If your mind wanders, simply say, come back to the feet. Stay here for a moment. Feel the pleasure of stopping. Feel the pleasure of being a physical being on a physical planet. You do not have to hold yourself up. The earth is doing it for you. You are safe in this body. You are safe in this moment. Now, slowly, begin to wiggle your toes. Feel the life returning to the extremities. Keep the roots. You do not need to pull them back up. You can leave them there, keeping you steady as you move through your day. You can walk with this connection. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. Look at the room around you. Notice if things look a little sharper, a little clearer. Notice if you feel a little heavier in your seat. This is your new ground. It is always here. It is waiting for you whenever you pause. If this episode steadied you, please like, share, or subscribe. This is Belmere, a sanctuary for the woman becoming.